Oh my gosh, I just read a little bit into the next story. I'm scared. Alright, guys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully, the sound is a little bit clearer. I did get like little microphones, little mics. Hello. And I thought that this would be a good test, I guess. Might be a good test to kind of get to know them a little bit. But today we are whipping out the handy dandy iPad. This is my iPad. I love her very much. She's my ride or die. She's my soulmate. Um, and today we are on Reddit. You might be like, why are you on Reddit, Megan? Because I want to. Just kidding. It's because I'm going to be reading roommate horror stories in honor of me moving in about a month. I have a month and a couple days until I move in. So, we're gonna be reading horror stories. Maybe it'll scare me, or maybe it'll prepare me. I love my roommate, okay, guys? I love my roommate. But, let's get into it. Alright, so I'm on a Reddit thread, and this is just someone asked, hey, like, what are your college roommate horror stories? So they're all gonna be like little mini slivers, but it's okay, it makes it more enjoyable. So this one was 12 years ago, which this is an older thread. So this is all from like 12, 10 plus years ago. So hopefully no one's like this anymore. Okay, so the first one, I had a roommate who basically stayed in our tiny room all day. Okay, I'm not even sure she went to class. Imagine going to college and like not going to class. Your basic if you go to like okay, if you're not aware on how college or like stuff like that works, you pay to go to class. You don't miss anything. They're not going to write you up if you don't go into class. You're not going to get a call home. You just don't go to class. Like if you don't go to class, you're spending money and like there's no repercussion. You're spending money to fail. You're spending money to just spend money at that point. If you're gonna do that and not go to class, just get an apartment where your college is and live there and get a job. Anyway, and most of the time that I looked over at her, she was looking at photos of herself on her computer, and her desk was covered in framed snapshots of herself. Not herself and friends, just herself. We were from different countries, so I tried not to be weirded out by it too much, thinking it might be a cultural thing, but it was strange. That is really strange. Really weird. Someone commented on that. Twist, her twin sister died and she was going through depression. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. Imagine. I don't think that's what was going on here. But that would be really insane and I would feel really bad. I would feel really bad if I wrote this about my roommate, thinking that it was her taking, like, being just really obsessed with herself. I don't think that was what was going on there, but if it was, that would be really, really sad. Oh my gosh, I just read a little bit into the next story. I'm scared. Next story. I'm gonna laugh when I read this one, okay, guys? a friend a friend of mine had a roommate who would pee in his trash can. When my friend asked him to stop, he started peeing in my friend's trash can instead. Sir, people are like If it's an emergency, I understand. This was not an emergency. He would just pee in his trash can. Oh my gosh. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night. Like, you just wake up in the middle of the night and you look over, you turn over, and you just see your roommate peeing in his trash can. I would drop out. And I would probably sue the guy for damages. I would be in such, like, distress if I saw that happening. Like, imagine just waking up middle of the night, pitch black dark in your room. You're just having a dream, and you wake up and you turn over and you just see your roommate peeing in a trash can. Like, not a sink, a trash can. I can't even imagine the smell. Oh my gosh, did he clean it? He probably didn't clean it. That's disgusting. Do not do that, guys. Alright, next one. My roommate was a pretty shy dude. He didn't talk a lot, only had one friend, and spent most of his time playing Halo or with that one friend. Eventually, toward the end of the year, he got a girlfriend. This was his first girlfriend, and I think he was her first boyfriend too. So they had a weird way of showing intimacy. For oh my god, I'm scared. For example, she would regularly spend an hour or more popping zits on his back. He had back me. I mean, me too, but like, also, he once told me that when he or she had to go to the bathroom, not peeing, the other would sit in the bathroom as well to keep each other company. They would also sometimes hold hands to prove to each other how close they were. I'm moving out. I would literally go to my RA, tell them, and I would want them to like have some type of thing to do or something. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can read the rest of this. I'm gonna have to really censor this out. This is crazy. So they would sometimes hold hands to prove how close they were to each other. It mostly didn't bother me. But one time I walked into the living room and he covered up his really quick with a pillow. I thought I'd walked in on a So I was just like, "Sorry guys, I'll get out of your way." She said, "No, it's not what you think. I was just trimming." They were weird. That's jail time. Jail. 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 And holding hands in the bathroom was weird. I wish I could just delete that from my brain. And I don't even know if I can put it in the video. That was really, really bad. Alright, next one. I don't know how it's gonna get any worse than that one, to be 100% honest. Um, Next one. He woke me up at 3 a.m. He dropped his pants to the ground, said Tom Cruise was right about everything. He then, with his pants still at his ankles, bunny hopped back into his bed and fell asleep. I did not sleep that night. What is up with people? Why are people so weird? That's my question. Why are people weird? Who are these people and what colleges do you guys go to? What college do you go to so I can never step foot in a vicinity of that area? Because this is not normal. Oh my gosh. Alright, next one. Not really horrifying, but entertaining nonetheless. Sophomore year, my suite mates and I were at a toga mixer with one of the frats on campus. I should probably know what that is, but I don't. When I got back, I didn't want to climb into my lofted bed, so I passed out on the futon or whatever it's called, like a little like pull out or whatever I think. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by someone cuddling me. No. Oh my gosh. I'm scared. Turns out my suite mate had gotten back walked into the shared bathroom, then come into the wrong room. I stiffened slightly to not wake her, but I guess I did because I felt her look around confused when I got up. I saw her look confused and then got up and snuck back to her room. Oh, did I mention she was. Yeah. The next morning I had to give her her nose ring, which I found in my hair from her cuddling. Oh my god. I literally would press charges. I understand being tired, but like you're not only tired, but you're and then you wake up the next morning and you find like your roommate's like nose ring in your hair. Get out. Move out. I'm pressing charges. That's disgusting. Next story. Freshman year, his room stank with a smell we called rotten feetsies. Really? Okay. Anytime he opened his door, it would waft into the central living area. The stench followed him around on his body or clothes. When we were packing up at the end of the year, we found an old bloated half-gallon of milk festering under his bed. Must have been months and months old. Mm, I feel sick. Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes me feel really sick. That's disgusting. Okay. We are going to go on to our last story. Hopefully, this one's a little bit better than that last one. All right. My third year in college, I was put in an apartment style dorm with 4 people. I didn't know. 4 people you don't know. Not a good thing, probably. I don't think so. As someone with only child syndrome, you're gonna piss me off, I can tell. A lot of little things bothered me, but there were a few that I think were definitely ridiculous. We'll see about that. One of the girls would always walk around naked. Um, okay. That's a that's a choice. You can do that, which I usually wouldn't mind. If it weren't for the fact that at least twice per week she would shave her legs in our kitchen sink. One leg up on the counter, the other on the ground, naked. You're lying. See, I thought you were gonna piss me off, but that's not what's going on here. Okay, that's disgusting. There's a bathtub. There's a shower. There's a bathroom sink. I would have rather you done it in the bathroom sink than in the actual kitchen sink where your dishes get cleaned. Disgusting. Also naked, literally naked, and you're like spread eagle in the kitchen with 3 other girls. And I'm betting none of you probably knew each other like that either. When I got our apartment a new microwave, the same girl caught a bag of popcorn on fire inside of it while I was in class. I returned to find the brand new microwave completely blackened and a singed bag still in there. When I asked why she didn't clean it, she said that it was because it was my microwave. I had to deal with it. That's so evil. Why would you do that? That's insanity. She moved out a few days before I did and took her cable modem and one of our cable boxes with her, resulting in me getting charged a couple of $100 for not returning the rented equipment. When I finally was able to hunt her down, she refused to pay and stopped returning my calls and emails. After that, I never lived with anyone until my fiance and I moved in together years later. He knows better than to shave his legs in the sink. That's funny. That's so insane. I know that my roommate will not be doing or partaking in any of that. I think I know her well enough then that she would not do that, and I hope that I never do that either, and I never have to. I don't think I will, but sometimes people get weird, so maybe. But we'll see. Come back to see. Don't come back to see that because it's not gonna happen. Anyway. Alright, guys, thank you for watching this video. Come back, like, subscribe, comment, comment some ideas for some videos that you might want to see, all that stuff. Also, comment some of your roommate stories because I would honestly really like to hear some more stories that might not be on Reddit or maybe have never been out there before because why not? That was fun to read. All right. Bye. Love ya.